Good morning, YouTube gang. It's Mellow DFS coming to you live and direct, here to give you my favorite plays for today's 11-game main slate. Hope everybody's having a great day. Feel free to like the video. Please subscribe if new or support the channel, man. I appreciate the love. Press that bell icon so you always stay notified for future videos. Let's jump right into it, y'all. Going to the point guard slot, we do have Trae Young in the mix. Going against Cleveland, a 233 implied total here. Great spot for him to definitely do damage in last few games against Cleveland. He had a 61, a 56. Those games he was playing at Cleveland, so that's something you want to consider, knowing that he has much upside playing at Cleveland. Something you want to take a look at. Now, already know they're worse against the point guard spot. 1.37 face points per minute on the court, and projected to get around a 49.8 projection play, but definitely you could see more in this spot. He's already averaging 39% usage in the last two games, so somebody definitely consider here, especially in a fast-paced game for them. So like them in this spot for today. Now another guy you can look into, you want to pivot for another great spot, will be Jeff Teague. You know, he's 4,300 on FanDuel, 48 on DraftKings. You know, he snuck up, had that 16 minutes with 32 face point game. So somebody you could definitely consider here, knowing against Cleveland, their bench is horrible. He could definitely put those type of numbers once again against Cleveland. So I like this play for Jeff Teague as a punt play, especially on point guard. Of course, we have Kyle Lowry, man. He was my guy last game around. When Ibaka was out, he balled out with that 53 fantasy point game. But Ibaka is questionable. Gasol is out. So if Ibaka's out once again, Kyle Lowry with that bumper usage once again is in a smashing play at 7,300, 79 on DraftKings. Going against Brooklyn with a fast-paced game, 100.4 for Toronto to Brooklyn's 102.2. So I like this play for him, especially with Ibaka out. So we got definitely keep tabs with that update. All right, let's go to our next spot at shooting guard. All right, going to the shooting guard side of things, we could go down to Devontae Graham. You know, 6,800 on FanDuel, but he is 74 on DraftKings going against Minnesota. All right, definitely think he's in a good spot here, especially against D-Rush defense. He should definitely still flourish here. He had 47, 48, 34 in the last three games. So somebody definitely finally getting the groove back, all right, from that slump. And also in a great play, also a great pace for Charlotte here. They're only 96.2 to Minnesota's 103.7. So it's a huge positive pace for Charlotte here in this spot for today. You're gonna go for some cheap savings. You go down to Kevin Huerter. Once again, I like this guy, man. It's a great spot. Going against Cleveland, 4,900 is still too cheap on FanDuel, so you definitely take advantage of this price tag. But of course, DraftKings are hip, so they got you with that 6,200 DraftKings price tag, but in a good spot against Cleveland. He dominated them twice, but especially at Cleveland, dominated them twice at Cleveland. He had 32 last time, 36. So somebody consider here, knowing the upside playing at Cleveland. So Kevin Huerter's in a good spot. Let me just double check if this also is in Cleveland. Just want to verify. Yep, it's in Cleveland. So somebody would consider here Kevin Huerter in a good spot. Also got to keep tabs if Conley's going to be out. He is questionable. Another guy that's definitely been helping out with the offense is Jordan Clarkson on Utah, 4,900 on FanDuel. Still a good spot here as he's been dominating. He had 44, 40 in the last two games. Could definitely do some work here against Miami. All right, but he is 53 on DraftKings. But I like the spot here on FanDuel if Conley's out. So that's some upside here if Conley's not going to be playing for today. All right, let's look into our next spot. All right, we got small forwards. Let's see, going for another good spot here is Harrison Barnes going against his former squad with Dallas, 4,900 on FanDuel. Still cheap. He's been dominating in the last two games, 32, 38 in the last two games. And going against Dallas, you already know how they did him dirty, you know, trading them at halftime. That was ridiculous, but he's been flourished against them in the last two games. He had a 41, a 29 so far for the season against Dallas. But we got to keep in mind with if Parker is going to be out, because that definitely helps him out here. So if Parker's out, he is questionable. So if he's out, just give some upside for Barnes. That's the 25th against the position. Let's see anybody else I like. I like City Osman. If Kevin Love is out, he's questionable today, so this definitely helps him out, especially at this price tag at $3,800. That's too cheap, knowing the upside if he gets the minutes and the usage without Kevin Love. But he has 41 on DraftKings. But I love this price on FanDuel if he gets some minutes, because as you can see, he has a great floor going against ATL. Yeah, 25, 33, 29, 23, 38 in the last 5 games against them. Great spot as they last against defense, 28th against the position. Great spot for Osman, especially with Love is out today. Let's go to our next spot at power forwards. All right, going to the power forward spot. I like Domantas Sabonis once again here, 8,100 on FanDuel, still too cheap. All right, knowing that Giannis is out, of course you could, if you want to go with it, Drew Bledsoe, my bad. Eric Bledsoe. I mean, I think that's more of a cash play. I don't really see a ceiling, especially going against Indiana. They play real slow, but you got Chris Middleton once again that has great usage. Those guys are getting good spots, but you got Ersan Ilyasova that's probably going to be starting, and the Sabonis should annihilate him in this spot. I don't see no challenge for Sabonis here. He should definitely do work. He's already projected a 43 projection play, and he dominated him last time with 59 fantasy points. He had 55 last game. Somebody definitely consider here. There's no challenge to the pay for him. He could do work. Of course, you got John Collins in the mix, 7,800, still too cheap here on FanDuel. But of course, on DraftKings, they priced him up, have him at 9,100. All right, but I love this price tag on FanDuel. It's too cheap with a 45.2 projection play. He's been real consistent, especially in the front court. So I love this play for him. He had a 51 last time he played Cleveland. This is a great spot. He had a 59 2 games ago. So it shows a great upside and ceiling in this play against Cleveland. Of course, you got Paul Millsap going against the Lakers. I mean, he balled out last time we played him. He had that 44 last time, 31 on his debut. You know, back from his injury, he's been balling, y'all. He's a fantasy point monster so far. I think he had around like 2.02 fantasy points per minute in the last 2 games, which was ridiculous. But Paul Millsap's in another good spot against the Lakers. He has great upside against them. All right, he had a 37, a 33, a 44 in the last 4 against the Lakers. Somebody you want to consider here for a cheap value play. He's 54 on DraftKings as well, so something you want to consider there. You could go down to like a Ronald Hollis Jefferson. If Ibaka's out, he did well last time. He had that 39 fantasy point game in 33 minutes. Going against Brooklyn's a good spot for him at 4,300. He's going to go down that low if Ibaka's out. That's a good spot for Ronald Hollis, as he showed upside last time he was out. Larry Nance is somebody you want to consider. He had 20 minutes, but he didn't do well last game. But going against ATL, if Love's out, this gives a great day. So want to definitely consider Larry Nance here if Love's out, especially at this price tag at 45 on FanDuel, 51 on DraftKings. So love that spot for him. And let's go to our center play. All right, going to the centers, of course, you got Karl-Anthony Towns in the smashing spot against Charlotte, as they're the worst team against opposing centers. All right, he's only 10,300, 10,500 on DraftKings. He could clear this 50-point upside, man. He could definitely do well in this spot here. He had 83 last time. I mean, he gets a bump without the guys he had previously. I mean, all he have is D-Russ. That's the only guy he has on the team. He's in a good spot, so I like this play for him. He had 83, 54, 76 in the last 3 games against Charlotte. It's a great game. Definitely target him in this play. Of course, you got Andre Drummond, but you still have to know how they're going to utilize him on the front court. If Love's out, then this is something you want to consider here. I'm not sure if they're going to plug in Nance or they're going to plug in Tristan Thompson on the four. But something we want to look into. Definitely give updates throughout the day of how they want to construct their lineup. So those plays are a great spot here, especially on DraftKings. They have him as a cheaper spot. They think I have 9,400 on DraftKings. So Andre Drummond's in a good spot here. If we get the news that he'll be starting at center, I like that play for him. Another guy I could definitely take a look at is Brook Lopez. He gets a bump as well without Giannis. And going against Indiana is still a great spot. Great value play for him. He had 31, 32 in the last 2 games. And he's in another great play against Indiana, the 25th against opposing centers. Anything against Indiana is a good spot here. He balled out a lot against them, man. He has 36, 43, 34, 28, 36. So it shows upside at this price tag at 56 and 58 on DraftKings. So those are plays I'm looking at so far for today. If you want access to my player pool, any updates on my player pool, click the link in my description for Draft Dashboard tools. Get access to the NBA cheat sheet, the sleepers, and your studs. Click on the watch players access to your player pool, and you'll see my Melo's DFS picks button up top. Click that button to get plays for either DraftKings or FanDuel. Also, click on the lineup optimizer to generate your quality GPP or cash selections, man. That's definitely a great tool to use, especially what type of tournaments you're going to be playing for today, especially in this type of slate, y'all. So I love y'all, man. Y'all collect that bag for today. It's Melo DFS, and y'all stay blessed, and I'll see y'all in the next video.